first, and I'm still not sure if I'm getting this right, okay? So I used to always say, I don't know what D&D even is. I don't know what that is, okay? That's what I used to say. And I assumed I didn't know, because what I thought it was, because I could have sworn that this is what it was, a bunch of people sitting at a table and then going, I'm actually like a super cool night elf with like a bow and like a super cool cloak. And actually, I can like double flip. And then the other guy goes, yeah, I'm a super cool knight and I have like a cloaking ability. And then one guy goes, yeah, and then, so I'm walking through the, get this, I'm walking through the woods. I'm walking through the woods and then I see a troll. And I'm like, attack, and I hit the troll. But then the other guy goes, well, the troll act, and they're just having a little fantasy together. And then I was like, that couldn't possibly be what's happening. That could not possibly be actually a thing that people do. So I just figured that can't be it. I just must not be understanding Dungeons and Dragons. Right? But I think that's what Dungeons and Dragons is. I think that is what Dungeons and Dragons is. It's a bunch of people at a table fantasizing about being like just doing little fantasy things. They roll dice. What do they roll the dice for then? Yes. Having a fantasy should be illegal, especially in public. What are you gonna do? And then I can actually come out, and then actually I save the day, and then they roll a dice. What do they roll the dice for? Okay, Ken, what do they roll the dice for? Where do the dice come into play? Is there rules? Because I figured it was just fantasy, and then this guy, the dungeon. Oh, there you are. Well, I just explained Dungeons and Dragons. We're watching something here. Dungeons and Dragons. I'll explain this real quick one more time. How was your shit, by the way? Was it good?
Yeah, so glad I went. Yeah, man, I can get into this now.
Solid?
Yeah, sorted.
No, not sorted. Solid.
Oh, kinda. I had some spicy food right before we started streaming.
Look, so I'm explaining this. I told the chat. I said, listen. I always said to myself, I don't know what Dungeons and Dragons is, because I could have sworn that what I thought it was is just a bunch of guys sitting at a table, one guy going, I'm a night elf, and then I'm running through the woods and I attack you. And then another guy goes, well, actually, I deflect that attack with a shield, and then the reinforcements arrive, and it's the Dark Lords with their super mana attack. And I'm like, that cannot be what it is, because that would be just insane and mega cringe. But that is, I think that's what it is, Ash. What do you think? What do you think it is? Because then people go, no, they also have dice. Okay, how do those come into play?
I assume to make it random, so you can't just have one guy inventing what.
But what would? So I roll a dice and it says 3. What the fuck does that have? And then what?
Then there must be some options like 3 is this happens or 6 is.
Okay, let's watch this real quick. We're gonna watch Dungeons and Dragons real quick, and then we're gonna get back to Jazz's LARP video.
D&D is a game of shared storytelling involving all the participants. I, as the dungeon master, will set the scene and keep the
Ashley, could you know what this reminds me of? The level of cringe. I told this before. Okay, first of all, Ash, imagine you're sitting at a table and you're gonna go. You're just gonna fantasize with a bunch of guys. Oh, fuck, isn't that fucked up?
It's hard to imagine you could even.
I couldn't do it. I could not do that. Because and it reminds me of this. I remember I told people this before. I was at a party, a house party once, and I ended up in one of the rooms, and there were a couple of chicks there, and a dude picked up a guitar. Remember this story? Oh God! I didn't really notice people, and I was just fixing myself a drink, and I just sat with them a little bit, and the guy started.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, a guy started finagling on a guitar like shooty, and then he just fuck I can't do this. So then the guy goes like this. He goes, sa-da-ta-sta-sta, sa-da-da-da-da, and then one of the girls went, da-da-da-da. Ah, fuck! She chimed in, da-da-da-da-da, and he's like, ha-ha-ha, and then another girl went, boo-doo-ba, boo-doo-boo, or something like that. I'm like, and I'm like, this sucks. This fucking sucks. And I left the room.
Yeah,
that's what this reminds me of.
Red for him, weren't you?
Huh?
We were going bright red for him. That's the way I would. He gone red myself out of embarrassment.
Yeah, I was just, dude. I was like, is this a camera prank show happening right now? Because this is insane. That this is organically people are starting to hoom pop with the fucking guitar. Like that's the gayest shit ever. Do you have any self-awareness of what you guys are doing right now, you cocksuckers? But then this is 10,000 times worse because you're locked in for like 3 or 4 hours. Like making a fantasy realm with other guys. Like that's, I can't even imagine that's real. We'll have to look into this real quick.
Moving forward, but it's really the players in this escapade who will face the gravest challenges. And making decisions that will keep them alive as long as possible. Now, before we begin, I would like to introduce Ben Looms of Sirenscape, who will be providing today's orchestral accompaniment.
I'm fast forwarding a little bit.
And you like Lathander.
Oh, there's ProJared, who I also always thought had progeria, the disease,
Supposed to bring out the next one?
but apparently he doesn't. But it really does look like it.
Ooh.
Oh, hello.
He couldn't have taken his hoop earrings out for the occasion.
Oh, hello. I am the human bard that goes hard. Halton said.
Oh my God, he's the human bard that goes hard. But this guy is cleaning up the convention center. All the nerd, he's raping. This guy's raping. That's what's happening at these things. People didn't notice before.
In this environment for all these nerd women.
Yes, in this environment, he's a rock star. He barely has the courage to just get up on stage. He's like sweating, he's pissing himself, he's shitting, but he's still trying to be like suave. And yeah, these nerds who are peaking, this is their peak right now on the stage. They're raping, dude. They're raping. They think, oh my God.
I'll come up with a joke.
It's
called Robert Down Syndrome Jr. Downey.
You thought you just came up with that?
Yes, no one ever. What? He looks like Robert Downey Jr. a bit.
Oh, him.
Downs.
You know what? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cute, but I think I've heard Robert Down Syndrome Jr. a gorillion times, Ash.
All right. Okay. Well, it works for him because he kind of looks like it.
All right.
Descended from the Vistani, breaker of several fourth walls. And,
oh my God! Look, so he's literally giving his fantasy back. I am actually Frastani the Bustari, and I have actually won several battles. It's like, what the fuck? Imagine having the guts to do this.
Former employee of this guy over here.
Oof.
I think the only time these guys feel any confidence, though, is when they're in character as a knight of the realm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or when they're raping convention goers. Look at ProJared. Oh, this is fun stuff happening.
What do you know about Lady Esvele Rajnar?
Oh, well, me. Hello, everyone. I'm Esvele Rajnar, and that's definitely all that I am.
No, you're also Jewish.
And this is DS.
This really is to do here. Let's just get it done so we can get out. This
But it's a party. We're supposed to be enjoying it.
All right, so now the role play has started.
Thank you. A while.
I just feel out of place.
Well, your hair looks nice.
Thanks.
Is that like your tagline? It could be.
Oof.
Cool. This is very exciting. I'm gonna find one.
Oh, okay. Is this okay?
This is just really bad improv, isn't it?
Just extremely bad improv by a bunch of amateurs with a YouTube channel. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Honestly, yeah. It's like a high school improv performance.
Look, good improv is shit. Okay, the best of it, the cream of the crop of improv is unbearably uncomfortable. Okay. But then you have people who are witty, who can play off of on each other. They know yes and
professionals.
Yeah, they can make funny scenarios happen. These are just a bunch of meandering retards who have no clue what they're doing.
And no social skills, so they can't really bounce very well off each other.
Oh, look, so this one, and this one, they had the affair. This guy, ProJared, who I always thought had progeria, and then this one, who used to date one of the Game Grumps, they had like an affair, and he was raping, stuff like that, allegedly.
The right tricks. We're supposed to be blending
like
in.
You may have,
I'll fix it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Oh, God.
Oh, you'd have to rape with beauties like that everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, they're fixing her costume.
Really, entertaining, delightful.
Yeah.
So this is Dungeons and Dragons.
This isn't, so whatever it is you need us to do, just let us know so we can be done with it.
Just a little heads up. Be sure to leave enough room for Lathander. Let's just go ahead and like scoot a little bit. There we go.
That's a plastic bottle. That's a plastic bottle! The plastic was not invented until 1930 after the Industrial Revolution! That's chat AI from the audience.
Probably.
You're breaking my immersion!
He kind of is a point though, isn't it? If you're gonna go to all this effort. He's all
Yeah, shouldn't you have like some kind of a goblet at least?
Exactly, yeah.
The servants who glide past the doorways with their platters of wine look at you and don't stop and just keep on walking away.
Yeah, but I need that. No, please. I don't want to feel anymore.
That makes two of us.
That's a mood.
What did you do?
Wow, that's a mood. I don't think they said that in
Me
Victorian
personally,
vampire
I
times.
have done absolutely nothing. Everything is great. But my family, some hundreds of years ago. I mean, it's
Oh,
old
great.
news. At
Great
this point,
improv.
It's practically forgettable. Nothing
I know, yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
At
well,
all.
look, the
When
funny
every
thing
sentence is a massive struggle for every character.
Yes, and plus they keep saying stuff. Yeah, it's complete. I want to forget. Yeah, this is completely their backstories they're coming up with on the fly. They constantly keep saying it's forgettable and uninteresting because they don't want to be expected to delve any deeper. Like, no, it's actually quite forgettable. Like, okay, why am I here watching this bullshit unfold?
There was perhaps a little issue with.
He's trying to alpha dog.
slavery that we may have dabbled into. Yikes.
Well, either way,
Nobody's
it seems like
following what
you're
they're
not the
saying,
only one
though.
not welcomed here, so I'm not sure what we're
No, they're all on their own paths, sort of trying to seek attention. They're all on their own mission to hog the spotlight. She went from here to do this bullshit here. They're all trying to hog. She just said, me and my family dabbled in slavery, okay? That's what she just said. To try to bring some intrigue and drama, but they're all too woke and uncomfortable to go with this plot line, I guess.
I mean, we are putting on airs, and perhaps on this great day we could be welcomed.
Buddy, it's a party. Get litty.
Get litty? I don't think vampires said stuff like that.
Whatever that means.
Right? Right? Cool.
So,
See, they said
how
it's
did
right.
how did you two meet and get so
Oof.
close?
He crawled into my family window and scared my mother.
What?
That was your mom?
I mean, from what I heard,
And your mom's still around?
I'm kind of
Wow.
like a gray kind of. So this party though.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, I'll just tell you what that improv was. She said a vampire came into the room and scared my mom, and he went, "What, was your mom?" And she went, "Yeah, I think. I don't know."
Yeah, what the fuck is this? You're supposed to yes and you should be, well, yes, my mom, she gets kind of rowdy when she's had a couple in her. A little bit of blood. Or whatever nonsense you're coming up. She's like, well, no,
I think
Whatever.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, and this
Maybe.
guy is walking around like Trump on a debate stage. Like, can you just pick a spot, please? Okay. Who are you trying to intimidate? Sit down.
Absolutely amazing. In fact,
Look at this.
I
She
think
didn't get
there's
enough
so many
attention for a
other-
1 second.
What?
Lovely.
I really wanted that back afterwards.
I'm
He's so
sorry.
embarrassed.
Okay.
You know, I was very much hoping.
It's funny because there's also like violin music or like this classic music in the background, but nothing's happening. But the funny thing is, so he is like the story lord or whatever. What's that called, guys? The overseer.
Dungeon master.
Yeah, the dungeon master, of course. So at some point, he's going to have to, whenever the content runs dry, which it seems like this would have already been an appropriate moment to intervene and give them some guidance.
Yeah.
But I
And
would
what
just
really-
want to, yeah.
What really helps sell a story is when a lot of the actors face away from the audience, so you can't see the face.
Yeah, but that's
can't hear what they're
probably
saying.
look. When you are bombing, when you're massively bombing, and none of the things you said landed so far, you instinctively, shamefully, you try to turn your face away from the judgment of the crowd.
Yeah, try and blend into the background.
Good show here.
So going back to this window.
Yeah, why
is
are
that
you
where
going through
found that
people's
thing?
windows again?
Yeah, let's get.
Going back to this window thing, is that where you found a thing? Going back to this window thing, is that where you found a thing? This is going to be riveting stuff.
Back to that. Your mom is what? Still around, alive, living in your state?
What?
It's usually not this forward with me, okay. But there's so many good wine and good. Oh, look at, there's definitely someone over there who is asking for my attention. Here, hold this, would you? Thank you so much. I will definitely be back. All of you, don't worry about it. Go ahead, look around. I'm sure that, now that I've left, you'll definitely get some service. But go ahead, have a great time, and I'll definitely be back soon. Don't even worry about it. Everything is totally fine.
Should I fireball her?
Nobody even knows what's happening.
Yeah, she's
None of
gonna
it makes any
do.
sense.
She's gonna powder her nose real quick in the bathroom to get some extra confidence. Let's see what riveting new story unfolds. I just want to keep watching this until
Yeah, me too. I'm into it.
Yeah, because
see
this
what happens.
fucking dipshit, he needs to intervene and go, okay, look, here's the story. This is the point. You know what I'm saying? He's just doing
there's
nothing.
something happening for you to react to. It's just rather than making up some bullshit.
Yes. And this guy's so autistically retarded and socially inept, he doesn't even understand that they're like suffering right now.
I don't like you.
He's like, there's no need to break this
So you find
magic.
yourself
Well, it's a
now
good show.
alone in the quiet
Scold.
library of the House Margaster. You hear the noise of the party
Oh,
all around
there
you.
he goes.
You're just talking among various nobles. It sounds almost like secret whispered conspiracies against you.
Against us?
That's it.
So it only seems. You reckon it's your imagination getting the better of you.
Are there any cool books?
Okay, so he just said apparently they're at a party and people are whispering about them. That's like the big intrigue scenario he came up with. They hear whispers of people gossiping about them. What the fuck are they gonna do with this? What are they gonna do with that?
Any specific gossip, just general gossip.
Yes, exactly. So what are they gonna do? I want to know what to do with that. Like, all right, I guess I literally do not know. Imagine you're in this situation. You're ProJared. You're standing there. Two people have already ran off screen because they're panicking. Where did that fucking cool guy go? Where is he at?
No.
And it's like, okay, how am I going to save this situation? People are whispering in the halls. Like, what are you going to do with this?
And action.
This is full of cool books.
I'm looking at all of them and not talking to anyone.
Put your fucking plastic bottle down.
Find my wine.
You have been looking all over the place for the wine and have not.
Books.
This party sucks.
I'm actually agreeing with you, Paulton on this one.
Well, I'm sure there's lots of this place to explore. We could try to find.
He said, I'm actually agreeing with you. Polton, because I guess this guy's Polton. He mistook her for Polton.
Find somewhere cooler to hang out.
The room gets very, very cold all of a sudden.
You told me to take my jacket off, and now I'm cold.
I feel cold
You
too.
feel in this large house a draft come through the room.
Is said draft familiar?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
I
What?
would like you to make perception checks.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
So
What
get these
the
to a
fuck?
dice station
Ooh,
Oh,
and roll your dice.
there's a dice station
okay.
right here.
Here come the
I
dice.
have this rug in my house.
So I guess we just
13.
dropped the old gossip narrative.
13.
Yeah, look, there was a gossip happening. They didn't really know what to do with that. They said there's a droth that comes to the house, and then she said, "Is it a familiar droth?" The fuck does that mean? Stupid bitch. Okay, so there's a lot of number. I literally am intrigued. I have no clue how a die can help you out of this sticky situation. Like, how is this die gonna change any of this?
Let's find out.
It's 11.
21.
That's good.
But I have so many show notes to go over.
What?
Oh, my
Come on. Really?
The first roll and it's a nat 20.
What do you expect? It's a good cutscene.
Paulton,
Yes.
you come from supernatural roots, and something in your spine tingles as you feel a vaporous entity forming nearby. Spectral presence.
Wow.
As
Wow,
a ghost
what the fuck?
manifests.
Oh, so his stats leveled up? They can't even keep track of like a simple narrative about like something to do with wine or something. You think they can keep track of like him having 2 strength, dexterity? He has 2 intelligence. Like how does this ever come into play at all? I can't imagine.
No.
That
I
doesn't
don't.
make any sense.
He's got high charisma, but I've not seen it yet.
No, he's a complete douche and a rapist. I'm just gonna come out and say it. This guy raped like a bunch of 14-year-olds. Allegedly, that's what I've heard at this
Which one?
convention.
Behind me and
That one.
Yeah.
They're not. She's not 14. Oh, here's the. Oh, this was the. Look, he was trying to get this person to come in the whole time. He's like, "There's a whisper. There's a droth. There's a specter coming in." But they're just too stupid. They were like, what? Another person to share the spotlight with? I'm just going to keep ignoring this new character until she's forced upon us.
He got slapped.
That was a bit, I can't even.
Millennial
connect to the space.
humor.
I'm incorporeal. Or I thought I was.
it was that impactful, so kudos. I will.
Who are you?
Kudos. This is
Lady
Millennial Core. By the way, we're going to get into some Millennial Core later. I have some. Have you heard Millennial Core? The new term, Millennial Core, actually?
No, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I told you we were going to get into some cringe today. Whew. This is really millennial coded, by the way.
You were kind of turned off by the presence of a Rajnar in your life.
A Rajnar. A Rajnar.
In decorum to present yourself.
That's what the Sims used to say when they picked up the phone. A Rajnar. Sorry about that.
That's me.
These are nasty.
Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, I think we got it. This is horseshit nonsense. But now that we know what LARPing is all about, yeah, that's blackface. You should be canceled. Look, by the way, actually, they did 141 episodes.
Wow. I'll go to episode 1, just out of curiosity, just to see what that looks like.
Yeah, but they're not on a stage here, I think. Okay, let's go to one where they have cameras. This is during COVID, I think, probably.
Oh, they just do it like that normally. Okay.
Which makes it worse, you know?
Oh, yeah, I could never follow that. I'd be so bored.
Imagine him going, okay, so, because now he has to, okay, so I walk into the hallway, and then I encounter a specter. And he goes, actually, no. You were drunk on blood because you're a vampire. Oh, but actually, I'm immune to the... Like, imagine... Fucking what the fuck, dude? That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That should not be allowed.
No, I wonder what the limits on it are, because if you can just say anything, you could just say, like, and then I take the troll and stab its eyes out and defeat it, and then does that just mean it's over and you beat the troll?
Yeah, but then everybody's
You
like,
say
"You're
that.
not really a good game player in our legion or whatever, in our fellowship."
Battle.
Yeah, you're cheating. I guess I have no clue. I have no clue how this works. I don't know what the parameters are. It seems complete garbage. Artie says, Sven, take us on an adventure within our minds. Sven roleplay. Yeah, we wanted to do this at some point, but
Yeah, I'd still like to do it someday if someone ever wants to.
But here's the thing: you need, because the only way that could work is for you and me not to have any clue how this works. We'd have to take it seriously, and you'd have to have a dungeon master or whatever it's called that is actually charismatic and knows what he's doing. We would have to get a professional. You can't have like a stammering retard.
Can you get one on Fiverr, do you think?
like a black guy from Kenya who barely speaks English.
And so you go into the jungle.
That would be so annoying.
It's just all these references to African stuff. And you have no water, so you have to walk many miles.
You shower with the urine from cow. You shower and drink the urine from the livestock. Like what? There's no wells here?
Medieval adventure.
Yeah. And then I went to the castle. There's no such thing as castle. We only have one-story building made of poo. Oh, all right. It's really limiting my imagination here.
There are many flies around. Many flies.
Many flies. Oh, and then there was a gargoyle. No. There's flies and mosquito. Dangerous mosquito. Malaria. Mosquitoes.
No, malaria,
AIDS and monkeypox.